can't even.
Good morning. It's not morning.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I don't know what time it is for you guys.
But for us, it's
9:32.
9:30. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to episode
1811. It's just 11.
1811.
Just 11.
Yeah. So it's a rainy morning.
It is a rainy
today.
morning.
It's chilly outside, and
the 16-foot Dementor outside my house is sad right now.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you know what? I'm gonna make her share a picture of this Dementor thing, and it's wonderful. So
it's taller than my house.
Yeah, and he's like, "Arr!" And it's like Satan himself. It's in Shannon's yard. I know it's a Dementor, but she's a pastor, and I just think it's kind of funny.
It's funny to have an evil spirit that we purchased outside of our front.
Only when you plug him in. Like if he's unplugged, it's like
he's just black tint on my yard.
So yeah,
killing my grass.
Yeah, but you have control over him.
I do
have power over him.
Because I can deflate that sucker real fast.
Yeah. And so when it's raining, he has water that gets inside of his insides.
And he comes up, and as he's down, all the water just comes out of his eyes and his nose and his mouth. Like he's just seriously just sobbing it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, my daughter took a video of it last week.
Gonna have to share it.
It's real sad.
Real sad. Yeah. So how was your week?
It was a good week. Until yesterday, and I just feel I've just had one of those. But man, it was crazy good because I mean it was one of those hit the ground running type weeks, and I think that might be why I'm like yesterday I was just like fizzled out.
Yeah.
So after coming off, my weekend was so relaxing, and then Sunday came, and to me Sunday is not part of the weekend. That's a work day. So it was like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It was just like... And then yesterday, I was just like...
Dead.
To the world. So anyway, and this morning, I just was like, okay, let's get up. Come on. It took forever to get out of bed. Thus, this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But your shirt's rocking. So.
Come on. Cheers, witches.
I love it. Where'd you get that shirt?
From the Old Navy.
So Old Navy sponsors us now. So
but this is from last year.
They can still sponsor us from their 2017 collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really love it.
Thanks.
So,
My husband likes it too. He thinks it's part of my rebelliousness. So
it is.
It's all good.
I like it. As is your Dementor out there is your rebelliousness.
Yeah.
So
how was your week?
It was good. It was a really good week. Monday, just kind of feeling like, oh, Monday. I wrote about it. I think I wrote about it on Monday with having a million donuts.
You wrote a lot of good stuff this week.
Thank you.
If y'all haven't seen the stuff that she wrote Monday and was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
It was 2 days.
Yeah, Monday and Wednesday maybe. I think it was Monday and Wednesday.
Whatever it is, go back and read it.
Well, thank you.
Dang, I forgot to share that stuff. Girl, I was on fire. I didn't have time to
right.
stop.
You're
so
right.
sorry.
It's real life.
Sorry, guys.
Real life.
Okay.
Monday. Woke up not feeling all that great, and just the whole day was like, ugh. And so I ate everything in sight and all the stuff. I wrote about it, but I still worked out on Monday. It was kind of phoning it in, but then I don't know. It's just like this change. You know what I mean? And this is kind of what I felt like I was going to talk about later on in our deal, but. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I feel like crap. And Monday wasn't like the best day, but then I don't know. I just decided to trust myself and get up on Tuesday and go for a run for the right reasons and get my motives straight and my mindset, get everything the way that I want it to be.
Right.
I decided again, because I feel like it's every single day, but decide to live the life that I want.
Yeah.
And so I think the week fell in line with that, I decided to be proud of myself and to push myself. And so I probably overdid it because on Wednesday at the gym, I put more weights on, you know what I mean? So then I'm like walking like the Hulk, like I'm just like, Rrr! And then Thursday was a speed run. Yesterday was a speed run. So I booked it and I did some intervals and splits and stuff like that. And I wanted to throw up like throughout the whole day because I was so sore. And so today I did not work out, but I don't feel guilty about it. So anyway, that's just like, it all is in here for me, and like I work out first thing in the morning, and so if I can end that workout or whatever I'm doing on a high note, then I feel like it sets the tone for the whole day. So anyway, all that to say, set the tone for the day, and then that affects your week. And so it's a great week. My kids are losing their minds. I've got a 12, a 10, and a 3-year-old. And, like, I just don't know why. I don't know how we're going to survive this. I don't know. Y'all pray for my children. Like, the 12-year-old, she's just 12 going on, I don't know what. I don't know how to handle it. And then Isaiah's 10, and he's a boy, and he's different. He's just so different. And he's so, like, by the book, and I'm not. So he gets all stressed out when things don't go the way that he thinks they should. And then the 3-year-old is just like 3-year-old. So, other than that, it was a good week. Yeah. So
I think it's hilarious that you don't know how to dress boys in boy clothes.
I don't even know what.
Killing me.
I don't know what happened.
All week long. I'm like, do you see the lace on those jeans?
I didn't dress him. That I dressed him the first day, and I was like, they look kind of skinny. Like, on Tuesday, I dressed him because he goes to Mother's Day out Tuesdays and Thursdays. The rest of the days is, like, pajamas and whatever he puts on. Because we're at the house, you know, I don't care. So then, on Tuesday, these jeans were pretty tight. And they were little skinny jeans. And I was like, well, those are probably girl jeans. Like, that's a fail. And then on Thursday, I told you I went for a run. Yesterday, I went for a run, and I come back with 10 minutes to go before we have to leave to take him. And Ari had gotten him dressed, which I'm thankful that she got him dressed. But then there's like these designs on the pockets, and she had rolled up his jeans because they were too short, and then put some Crocs on him with no socks, or I don't know if you're supposed to wear socks. It was just a mess.
You're not supposed to wear Crocs.
Period. But they were in the bag of hand-me-downs, and so we're killing it as parents. So, y'all like that more than anything else. I could say, hey, I won $1 million, and it has, like, 10 likes, but then I dress my kid in girl clothes, and there's, like, 77, shares and 4 million likes, and it's self-deprecating, but, I'll take it, so that's fine. I did change him. I changed him into some, like, a sweatsuit. I don't know, sweats.
That doesn't sound any better.
It was like a 2T, and they're, like, tight. And it's fine. And then I was late picking him up. And so, like, they had already closed the classroom and turned off the light and locked the door. And I come flying around the corner like a mug. And yeah. And he's not wearing socks. And it just was a thing. So it's a great week. Great week.
Yeah. We are killing it. Way to go, sister.
Anyway. All right. So.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah. So.
It has been a crazy week. I feel like the more ground that God gets, I feel like it's the more the enemy is just trying to regain that ground.
Yeah.
And I think that could be a lot of the resistance, because we got a lot going on where we just see God moving. I listened to, I know some people not a fan of this guy. Some people are like, oh my gosh, he's the bread and butter. But Stephen Furtick.
Oh, okay.
Love to listen to him because he is the best. He is the best Christian cheerleader on the planet in my mind. I mean, if you're feeling down, just listen to a little Furtick, and it's just
he'll
like
start screaming at you.
Yeah,
get you riled up.
That's right. But he was talking about. He was kind of talking about that this past week, and anyway, just listening to some of the stuff that he had to say, I was just like, I get you, man. I get you about how, but one of the things that he did say that I just love it. I love that it's stuff we know, but when you hear it again, it's just like, that's right. I needed that reminder. He was talking about Job, and he was talking about how, the devil can't do anything to us without God's permission.
Right.
Because, it was not the devil that went after Job.
Right.
The devil went to God, and God was like, well, hey, if you want to test some people, let's talk about Job. Why don't you go after Job? God was the one who actually did that. And so it just reminds me that there is nothing that goes through our lives that has not been sifted through the fingertips of God first. But the thing that he said that I was just like, that's right, was when he talked about how with that scenario, that's how we know that, when we're talking about good and evil, when we're talking about God and Satan, they are not equals.
Right.
Because Satan has to ask for permission.
Yeah.
That automatically says, this is not an equal situation. And so it just helps us to know that no matter what we're going through, our God is greater, and he's so much bigger than whatever it is that the enemy can just throw at us. Yeah. And so I don't know who needs to hear that today. That the enemy cannot throw anything at you that God has not already set into motion, ordained, and taken care of. because he's already in the future. He's in the present. He's in the past. He's all over. And, you know, I was listening to that and I was like, you get me, Furtick.
You get me. You've been watching my life. You know what I need to hear.
Needed to hear that today.
That's good. That's good.
So.
Well, and, you know, one thing that I kind of talked about this before we started recording, but one thing that I've noticed is that, what?
Huh?
What did you say? We go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now, one thing that I've noticed is, like, in my life, where I'm at right now, I'm realizing that I trust myself. Again, I used to kind of just tiptoe into things and just get into things and just do it afraid and like, I don't know if this is gonna work, and now I'm just like,
let's do this, yo.
Yes. And I trust myself, and in that I feel like I see more of God working. You know, my confidence isn't that I can do it on my own, but I can do all things through Christ. You know what I mean? So he is my confidence, he is my strength. And so the thing about it is I'm trusting God in me. And so I don't have to be like, oh, Lord, help me succeed in this thing. Like, I just know that he's with me. And so as I run or as I write or as we record or as I just, you know, go into the next endeavor, he's there. And so when you couple that with the knowledge that, you know, the enemy's going to try, but even still God is greater, and he's allowing trials to come, and it's making us stronger, and it's, you know, we're going through the fire at times, but you know, we come out unscathed. We don't even smell like smoke. And so it's just the coolest thing ever to finally, there is something to be said for doing it afraid, but then there's something also, I think, greater doing it confidently and trusting ourselves in what we're doing. And, you know, with our little, I guess, opening you guys up and inviting you into our accountability sessions or our conversations, I've heard a lot of feedback like, well, that's good for you guys. And I'm so glad that you guys, I could never do that, but you guys are doing so good, and you guys are this, and encouraging you, and I watch each week, or I listen each week, and I'm so proud for you. And I want to tell you, like, you get to choose the life you live. That's like, right. We've heard this. And so at first, we're like, we don't know what we're doing, and we still don't really know what we're doing, but the more we do it, the more comfortable. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And so the thing is like, if you want to write, and you know who I'm talking to, because I had coffee with you 2 weeks ago. If you want to write the thing and publish it. Quit trying to be perfect. Just get it out there, because you have told me, and this is probably more than just the one person, but you know that's what you're supposed to be doing. But yet you're not doing it because you're trying to make it perfect. And that's not what God has called you to do. He didn't call you to do something perfect. He called you to do it in obedience, because he's got a reason for it. Or let's say, there's just so many different things. I've got a friend of mine who she asked for me to give her a shout out. So, you know who you are. Here's your shout out, your friend that asked. I can't say her name because that's weird. I didn't get permission. But she wanted a shout out. Anyway, she's talking to this guy, and every single thing he says and does, she overthinks it. And I'm like, stop. If you guys are supposed to be together, you just need to trust yourself. Say the thing to him and stand behind your word. Say yes, say no, say whatever it is. Open your heart, be vulnerable. That's what this is all about. Like, it's fine. If you get out there and you say the thing and you look stupid, that's okay. We all look stupid.
Failure's so good, though.
Yeah, that's like the best teacher.
Yeah, but here's the thing is that's living in freedom. You're talking about this girl or this person, this woman. Sorry.
She's a woman.
And that's the lady. I mean, whether it's a man, whether it's God, whether it's whatever, if you are so consumed with what someone else is thinking of you, or the what ifs, what if we fail? What if we don't do well? What if nobody watches a thing called It's Fine? What if, here's the thing. God is not a God of what ifs. He is not a God of woulda, coulda, or shoulda. He is a God of what is. And this is the thing. You find freedom in that. Yeah. So one day you just decide, you know what, this might flop like a big dog, but you know what, God's called me to it, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to have to learn in the process. There's things that, I probably shouldn't say in public. I mean, you're going to learn, okay, maybe we should get a mic. Maybe we should. Yeah. And, you just learn in the process. And it's okay to fail.
Absolutely.
And it's okay not to overthink the responses of every single person.
Yeah.
And in that's where you find freedom.
Absolutely.
And where you find freedom, there's room to move around. When you are not free, there's no room to move around. You're stuck.
Yep.
You're in here. You're the genie in the bottle. But when you allow God to do what he does, and you step into it obediently, somebody just rubbed the lamp, and now the genie comes out, and you got all this space that you can do all the things. But you've got to allow God to come into that place of freedom. And that's where I was for 24 years. I felt like this all the time, because every single thing that was going on around me, I was analyzing it like crazy.
Scrutinizing, yep.
And just thinking, well, where am I messing up here? How am I making this person feel?
Right.
I was so consumed with how everyone else was taking me in instead of me just being me.
Right.
And you know what? Let their responses be between them and God. Because here's the thing. If I say something on here that rubs you wrong, take it to Jesus and ask him, hey, was she really just off her rocker? Chances are yes. Or is there something here that is there a reason that it rubbed me wrong? Is there a truth here that I need to hear? Or is there something that this is triggering for me that I need to figure out? Because there are a lot of times I say things that make people mad. It's what I do in my ministry. And come to find out, a lot of times I hit that button and people are like, I'm ready to fight. And I'm like, okay, but who are you fighting? Because it's not my words. It's something within you. Because all I said was have a great day. And now all of a sudden, you're blowing up. That's not on me.
And here's the deal. You're talking about being like this and not being free. Like, we constrain ourselves with our expectations that we've placed on ourselves. So when we don't meet these unrealistic expectations, then we're constantly like trying to adjust on the fly, and we're just not being authentically ourselves. And the thing about it is I would venture to guess that, we're stuck in our head, and how did this affect and who did I piss off, or who did I upset, or what did I say wrong, all this stuff. Odds are the other person's doing the same thing, and so the friend that I just talked about, that I shouted out to and all this stuff, like, what, she's showing me text messages and whatnot, like, what do you think, what about this, what should I say, all this stuff. Just say how you feel. This is a relationship, so if it's going to work, you need to just say how you feel. You're not going to call me up. Say you guys get married. Let's just say.
You don't want to be doing that forever.
You're not going to call me up, and nor am I going to answer. And so I'm kind of that friend that I say the things, and I know they sting. I know it has to sting. But, this is a longtime friend of mine, so I actually know what buttons... I know what's going to push a button, but the thing is a true friend will know where we're stumbling and call us on it. And so that's what it is. And always, always, always at the end of the day, she knows I love her. She knows she can trust me. I can trust her. That's how we sharpen one another. And she's just growing like all the rest of us. And that's just in that one area. But like for me, you tell me, hey, I can't even think of something right now. But if you tell me something and it affects me, then there's a reason that you told me that, because I'm unaware. Like self-awareness, it's maturity, it's growth, it's all that. And so with God, like you say something that triggers me, I go to God, is this real? And it could be. And that might be something I need to address, but it isn't always horrible. It's also, hey, great job writing. That's a really good thing you wrote. And I'm like, that's still a trigger. That's still a trigger. Well, that's how I get. I'm like, oh, thank you. I didn't mean to write that. I don't know. But it's a trigger. Like, it's hit my insecurity. I don't believe that God has given me something to say. I don't believe that it's worth reading or saying or whatever. So, anyway. Anyway.
Here's the thing. I put something on Facebook the other day. It wasn't on our page. It was on my personal page. But it's this little girl, and it says at the top, I don't like me. I don't like attention brought to me. And then it says, also me. And then it's this little cantata where they start singing. This little girl turns around, and she's all doing all these things. And that's the thing. And I don't know if this is an Enneagram type 7 personality thing, but I do not like it when people bring attention to me. So when people say, I loved what you said. You changed my life. I can't tell you how many times somebody has said, when you said blah, 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 I mean, like, it was a trajectory change for me. And I'm just like, that's great. But then I can be a spectacle. I will bring attention to myself, and I'm totally comfortable with that. I mean, like, I can just be a complete idiot.
Because it's on your terms.
It's on my terms. I can be, but when anybody compliments me, I'm like,
Oh, that's painful.
But you know what that is? It is the fear of expectation. Because now someone has seen that I have an ability, and now they're expecting that from me, and I'm just like...
Or you're assuming that they're expecting that.
Yes.
I mean, they may not. But, like, how many times... So we see something
Telling myself
really
a
good.
story.
Yes. We see something good, and we're endeared to that person. Like, for example, and she's going to be another sponsor, co-host of ours, Jen Hatmaker. I love her. I pretty much love everything she shares all the time. Because my initial... opinion of her, like, I was like, I like what she's saying. I like this. I like this. And so now she can put anything out there. For the most part, I like it because I love her. Does this make sense? So it's not that I have an expectation that she's going to maintain this greatness, because I'm sure she flops. I'm sure she puts podcast videos out there that gets 1.5 viewers. Hi, Mom. But I just love her for who she is, and her vulnerability, and her real, and she's passionate about life, and she loves Jesus, and so there's some commonality there that that resonates with me. So if you say something good, it's not that those listeners or those people or your friends or whatever have this expectation that you have to maintain that. It might be that they just love you and they want to let you know, which that's what we've been called to do.
It's true. It's so true. I got a public shout out a couple of months ago, and like all my friends were like, "Whoa!"
Yes, you did.
And the whole time I'm like doing this number, trying to get underneath. It was so awful. I mean, I wanted to climb under the chair.
So one of the best speakers in the entire world said her first and last name, and not only that, this person's mother took a picture of her badge that had her name on it, and she coined, like, Shannon does this thing where she motivates a group of people or whatever, and they call it a Holy Ghost huddle or something like that.
It's actually called a huddle, but she called it a Holy Ghost huddle, and I'm like...
She loved it. So she took it back to her son, who's actually the really good speaker, and he publicly honored
And so
Shannon.
all of my friends are there, and they're like cheering me on, but on the inside I'm like, oh my God, he said my name, he said my name.
He said my name!
Oh my God. And of course my husband, who's the most gregarious person on the planet, is doing everything he can not to stand up on the chair and start beating his chest and screaming. And so I'm just like... Hold it down, hold it down, hold it down.
Why is your face turning red now?
It just...
Months ago, she get all stressed out. Look.
But here's the thing that I will tell you about that. After that, I could not do a huddle for like a solid 2 months.
Yeah.
Because now that expectation was there that I give a great huddle, and then all of a sudden it was like, I can't. I don't got no words. I don't got no.
Who made your mouth? It's a little Bible joke.
It was awful. You could, I mean, in huddle practice, we practice huddles every single Thursday. I would get in front of my team and practice my huddle, and it was like, I'd be like, hey, everybody. Yeah, it was that awkward. Nothing. Could not use my words.
But then what happened? Like what? Why was that?
It was because that expectation. Now everybody's got this expectation that I'm pretty good at
Did
something.
they have the expectation, or do you just believe? Did you believe that they had?
It was all the things that I was telling myself.
So how'd you bust out of that?
I prayed a lot.
Hold on, I gotta...
May the Lord bless you. May He keep you in all your ways.
Is it true that your heart skips a beat when you sneeze?
I don't know this. Your input. I'm input too. Never mind. We'll have to goggle it when we're done.
We'll Google it. Anyway,
We'll
that's cool. That's cool. So you're still dealing with it.
Well, I'm out of it now. But, I mean, I'm much... Actually, I came back a little bit stronger.
What doesn't kill you makes you strong.
So, anyway.
I forgot that I can't sing.
But it's just it's the things that happen to our brains, you know.
Oh, you know what? One thing that I wrote about it, but it's just been on my mind.
Oh, tell me.
And it's the more you think a thought, the easier it is to think that thought, whether good or bad, right? Because of mapping and the neural pathways that we've talked about a bajillion times.
It's a cleared pathway, so it's easy to get down.
Yes. And so if you're thinking, oh, well, I can't, you know, do huddles, or I don't know how to ride or whatever, then that's going to be the easy easier thought to think, and then it's gonna be a belief sooner or
Right.
later. You're gonna believe that. So that's probably what. Hello, come full circle. That's probably what happened to me Tuesday, Wednesday, throughout the week. Is just like, no, I'm going to think this thought because when I think a thought that feels good to me, there's that dopamine release. That there's that serotonin that follows it. There's that like this feels good. I want to keep doing chemicals. But anyway, yeah, so that's probably the thing. And so when you find a bad thought, identify it, capture it, take it captive, throw it back.
Well, I did have to say true. I mean, one thing that did break me out, honestly, was, no, Shannon, you are a good communicator. You have been told that by more than just this one person in front of thousands of people. You have said, because they were online and everything. But I mean, I've been told that before, and God has called me to communicate. Yeah, I might have a Moses moment. I don't know. But, you know, that's what I do.
You're human.
I am a human. So, yeah.
You're a great communicator.
I was just communicating with communication skills that communicate.
Schools to pay the bills. All right, 2610. So, what are you grateful for?
Communication. I'm just kidding.
Stark.
I'm just kidding. You know what? I'm gonna go with a Sunday school answer.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say Jesus though. So yesterday was one of those days where it was just like, it was just bad. But you know what? I came home and my husband was there for me, and I just love that because you know he didn't just do the there.
With a broom from afar.
Patting me on the back with a 6-foot broom.
That's how I do. But he was there for you.
You're like, and if you could never pat me on the back again, that would be great.
Quick, what does my face look like? Am I enjoying it? Does it look like this feels good to me? I'm not a touchy person. I'll let her touch me because she's touched me. That's what happens on the inside. That's what happens on the inside.
I'm the same way. But being in my occupation, I've had to embrace the embracings. And so everybody's like, I know you're not a hugger.
But I'm going to hug you anyway.
And
why do people do that?
But I've learned to just embrace it. And I'm like, yes, I am. Bring it in, fool.
And I'm like, yes, I am bringing it full. And then they hug me and I'm like.
And then on the inside, I'm like, you love this. You're enjoying every minute of it.
No, I'm not.
Stay in the moment, Shannon.
I'm always like, where are my boobs? Is this weird? Like, do we do a side hug? Like,
I don't know, but that was weird that you said that.
What? Because what? That was my phone.
Excuse me.
It's my phone. Nobody farted.
What are you grateful for?
Farting and boobs. My gratefulness. I am grateful for, well, okay, you know, when I asked you that, I wanted to say I'm grateful for shoes. I know, just, it's fine.
I'm
Hear me
grateful
out.
for shoes.
No, so because I'm for real now running, I need good shoes. So I'm grateful for shoes because I put some on that are like, oh, these feel good, but they're super expensive. Mm-hmm. And so some of us quit our jobs, and so income is different. So I can't afford expensive shoes. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just going to hold out and wear the janky ones until I get whatever. But I'm just like thinking of these shoes, and they're just really good. I don't know. Is that weird to be grateful for shoes?
How much are these shoes?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling anybody.
Why?
Because they're expensive. Because expensive is relative. So if I'm like, they were $29.
Then I'm like, let me just go to my purse right now.
Right.
Also, let me buy you some groceries.
Right? Ain't nobody going hungry in our house. But these shoes, I just want these shoes. And they're ones that fit my foot, my square feet. Because I've got square feet.
She got fretless soles.
Yabba dabba doo. Anyway, so they fit my foot, and they'll be really good for the way that I run and stuff like that. So anyway,
What brand are they?
Well, Brooks.
Okay, those are good.
They are good.
When I first started out running, I could only wear Asics, and now I'm down to Nikes.
Why? Does that change?
Huh?
Does it change? Like, does your run style change? Or?
Well, I don't know that your run style changes, but your posture and your everything becomes acclimated. I mean, like, your body's used to. Yes,
your gait.
there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I'm telling you, when you're a runner like me, you start to speak in runner speak. So.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan of these glycerin.
Brooks are good shoes.
Yeah, and the ones I'm currently wearing are from like 4 years ago. They were like beta type glycerin.
Girl, you only get 3,000 miles on a pair. 300 miles on a pair of shoes.
Do you know how much I run? I've probably not even hit 300
in 4 years?
I'm kidding. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Why are you
Everything's
judging
fine.
me?
Everything's fine. It's
Anyway,
fine.
I'm grateful for
Look
shoes.
how white my hand is up against my face right now. Oh, snap.
Did you see that brown hand? Hey, put your hand against my face. It's so white.
Wait. How did I have it? To where? Oh,
Are you gonna shush me?
Oh, look. I'm so white. Oh my gosh. I'm not even Portuguese.
I'm Portuguese.
I don't know what I am. I'm a mutt.
You need to get fixed. I'm not fixed.
You need to get tested.
You need to get tested.
Did you say I need to
Hey,
get
guess what though?
Huh.
Hold on. It's plugged in. We are so official. Testing
things.
Anyway, it's 30 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and
We're going to shut it down.
shut it down.
Y'all have a great week.
Yes. And
Just remember, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Shutting her down.
Shut her down.